Inclusive governance is a highly essential element to the growth and development of any nation. Government, especially in a democratic dispensation, thrives on citizen engagement and participation. These in turn allows for input by stakeholders, favoring effective implementation of policies and programs. According to the United Nations Development Programme, development can be inclusive and reduce poverty only if all groups contribute to creating opportunities, sharing benefits of development, and participating in decision making. Inclusive governance creates human development approach and integrates the standards and principles of human rights, participation, non-discrimination, and accountability. From day one, Lagos State Governor Mr. Akinwumi Ambode established stakeholders' participation as a cornerstone of his administration. This the government followed up with engagement of various internal and external stakeholders in public service, transportation, business, domestic violence, security, foreign partners, and others, which has scaled up public participation in governance. On Tuesday, 6th of October 2015, the administration organized its inaugural town hall meeting held at the Abeson Mini Stadium, Abeson, Ikpaja. The meeting created the avenue for Governor Akinwumi Ambode to render the account of its stewardship of the first quarter of his administration. In spite of the heavy downpour earlier that day, Lagosians trooped to the venue in their thousands. The program was therefore a gathering of traditional rulers, community leaders, market leaders, party chieftains, other politicians, and top government functionaries. It was truly a coming together of people's representatives. After introductory formalities, the meeting proper commenced with a welcome address by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Strategy, Mr. Fola Anthony Adeyemi, who gave an insight into what informed the organization of the maiden meeting.
This is the first time that government is coming to the people in the history of Lagos State. You will recall that during the inauguration of His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, he did actually promise in his maiden address to run a government of inclusion, to run a government of participation, and to take governance to the people of Lagos State. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Bernard Shaw, there are two important moments in the life of a politician: the moment of promise and the moment of fulfillment. Today, His Excellency is fulfilling his inaugural promise to the people of Lagos State by taking governance to the people. You will recall that Alimosho plays a very central and primary role when it comes into the scheme of things in terms of electioneering campaign in Lagos State. Our people will say, "Kò s'Alimosho, kò sí Ìbò." Ladies and gentlemen, it is deliberate on the part of His Excellency to actually show appreciation for the massive support and the number of votes delivered by Alimosho towards enhancing His Excellency to become the Governor of Lagos State. We are indeed very grateful, and that is the reason why His Excellency is commencing this exercise from the Lagos West Senatorial District. So much that His Excellency has done within the last 100 days, so much that he has promised, and indeed he has laid the solid foundation for people-oriented government. And I can assure you that indeed the right man has been voted for the job.
In his keynote address, Governor Akinwumi Ambode reiterated government's commitment to make the state globally competitive in all sectors. To this end, the administration has mapped out long-term plans and programs to achieve this vision. The address revealed the commitment to accountability, an investment drive that will bring more businesses to the state, as well as creation of jobs that will see Lagos retaining its position as the most prosperous state in Nigeria.
Our vision is to make Lagos globally competitive in all sectors. We're on the way to building a Lagos that is safe, clean, and prosperous. Lagos will become a land of opportunities, offering prosperity for all as we surmount the challenges. With this vision in mind, we have set out to implement long-term plans and programs that will lead Lagos on the path to becoming a truly competitive city-state. The results of our programs will not become evident in this first quarter, but soon enough, Lagosians will feel the effect and buy into this vision. Highlights of the first quarter: stabilizing the finances of the state. I am determined to be accountable for every revenue and expenditure of the state. One of our first key tasks was to stabilize the finances of the state. We embarked on a financial re-engineering and reviewed the revenue and expenditure framework of the state. These efforts, coupled with the realignment of ministries, departments, and agencies, have saved the government almost 3 billion naira every month. This has provided us with more funds to inject into capital projects and the initial funds to establish the Employment Trust Fund, which we promised our youth. Today, our major landmark of our administration is the reduction in the cost of governance. We want a lean government with quality service delivery.
Through the address, the audience were also informed of the administration's activities comprising remarkable interventions and reforms made in the areas of road rehabilitation, transportation, healthcare delivery, security, and education, amongst others.
The governing councils of our tertiary institutions were inaugurated with prominent, selfless Lagosians offering their hands of fellowship to rescue these institutions. We are on course. The government is concerned about the disparity in quality between public and private schools. We have decided to pay attention to all children, irrespective of where they go to school. The gap in quality must be bridged. Desk, chairs, and other needs have been approved for procurement immediately. And then the security of schools is also receiving attention.
During the town hall meeting, Lagosians were also informed about the establishment of an integrated security and emergency control platform. This is to strengthen the state security apparatus and further secure lives and properties. This is in addition to the provision of equipment and vehicles to all security agencies by the state government to boost their efforts at combating crimes. About 1 billion naira was also raised through the State Security Trust Fund, a development which confirms the confidence of the private sector in the present administration. In the healthcare sector, 20 mobile intensive care units and 26 transport ambulances were procured for the Lagos State Ambulance Services, LASAMBAS. 16 ambulance points were also created to complement existing ones, bringing the total number of ambulance points in the state to 36. The interventions include the procurement of 22 power generating sets to various general hospitals spread across the state, the reconstruction and the expansion of Anika House project, which was stopped for some time, had been re-awarded to create better access to health services for all Lagosians. On road rehabilitation, about 1.3 billion naira has been directed towards construction and rehabilitation of over 190 roads across the state. The road includes the Agege Motor Road, Herbert Macaulay Way, Isolo, Amadu Bello Way in Victoria Island, and Olufemi Street in Shomolu, Ejigbo, Ikotu Road, amongst others.
This administration is determined to ensure that all roads in Lagos State are in good condition and motorable. In the last 3 months, I have taken a tour of some of these major roads to ascertain for myself their state, and this has helped to have a fair assessment of those roads. The Ejigbo Ikotun Road, Okota Sele Road, Metal Box Road, and Acme Road in Ikeja are currently being rehabilitated. While work has commenced on Brown Street in Oshodi, Ladipo Street, as well as Mushin Road. We must all remember that the appropriation law for 2015, that's the approved budget, does not include most of the roads we meant in bad condition. And this is a major limiting factor in execution. Since the inception of this administration, we have undertaken the rehabilitation and maintenance of 181 roads across the state, touching every local government, including federal roads, as we believe that these roads are being used by Lagosians. A few of these roads are about Macaulay Way, Amandu Bello Way in VI, Apapa Road in Ebute Meta, Billy Street in Ekpe, Yakini Street in Shogunle, and so many others. As I speak, work has commenced on the Agor Palace Way, Okota Road. The state, in conjunction with the local governments and local council development areas, are coming to your neighborhood soon. Till date, we have committed 1.38 billion to road construction and rehabilitation. We will pump more funds into road infrastructure in this present quarter.
In order to make the meeting engaging, an interactive session was also observed, as some of those present were given an opportunity to ask questions, note observations, or make contributions.
It's about the Millennium Secondary School. If we look around here in Ayobo Ikpaja, we are short of public secondary school. And that's why we are asking Your Excellency to please give us a Millennium Secondary School that will take care of all the students around here. They move from Ikpaja to Island, to Ebute Meta, to so many places, risking their lives. And we are going to appreciate you, sir, if such Millennium School is around here. We have Lagos State vast land somewhere in Ayobo, which can be used for that.
Just as Ikorodu has a fish farming estate, and a lot of farmers are there, Alimasho is one of the biggest local government we have in Lagos State. And sir, we do not have anything like that. And within our houses and little spaces we get, we try to, practice this trade. And we are having a lot of problem with that. Another problem we're having too is fund. We ask that your government look into how you can help these young farmers. And we're talking about graduates who has no job to do, but have found this farming business as something they want to do in order to, take care of themselves and their families. Please, what are your thoughts towards, bringing farm estates in Alimosho local government area?
This is the beauty of these town hall sessions. Alimosho, the West Axis is just taking major advantage in the sense that I can say this town hall meeting is the beginning of our budgetary process for the 2016 budget. And when we say we want to plan our budget from bottom up, it means that we should come to the community and ask them what they want. And if we're in a position to put it in the budget, we'll do that and execute just as they have so much desired. We will look positively in providing that secondary school next year. I know how difficult it is to be living in Abaronja and Okerube. And to also say that I also admit that there is no secondary school in that area, and we'll also try and do the same next year. We've spoken about the road linking Ijegun and Igondo. We'll tell our Ministry of Works to go and look at that immediately. We'll tell those in the Ministry of Agric to go and look at the possibility of partnering with the people of Moson to see whether we can set up that fish farming estate that you have talked about. On the other part, to assist young farmers, in the next 4 to 6 weeks, we'll be launching our employment trust fund, in which we'll be assisting these younger ones and the likes of those you have mentioned as farmers and other artisans to have access to cheap finance to be able to help themselves.
I want to call your attention into disability community which are represented here today. Sir, when we are 40, they didn't say our vote is crippled. Our vote was not blind. Our vote was not deaf and dumb. But what I'm saying in this essence is that when it comes to the eating of our neighbor, we'll be putting aside, sir. Sir, I want to come from the local government level, sir. I want to give a kudos to 2 local governments in this state. During the last late Pastor Kenny Oluokumide of Abado Kyodo, one SA was a cripple and he served as an ESCO member. I want to also make mention of Isolo local government. One is there, Osatu. We serve our capacity, and everyone and sundry in that 2 local government can testify that we do our best. What I'm saying in essence, sir, I want to ask His Excellency that thank God that you are preparing towards appointing your commissioners. Sir, I want to ask how many handicap will be part of your commissioner, and SA and SSA, as well as the local government level. As the voting is coming very soon now, I want to ask that His Excellency to use his office to make sure that he makes sure as a mandatory in each local government that at least one handicap should be part of ESCO. May God will continue to bless you, sir.
There is actually a law in Lagos State that has established the Office of Disabilities and the Physically Challenged. I want to let you know that it may not be in the cabinet, but in the workings of government, I have greater plans for the group of the physically challenged who, seriously supported me throughout the campaign and actually went out to campaign for me. I will not forget all of you. As I unfold my plans for the physically challenged, you will be part of that story also as we release some of the things that we are planning to do for them. So I'm not going to forget you.
Another highlight of the town hall meeting was the provision of entertainment by members of the Lagos State Council for Arts and Culture.
Yeah, Pop. No Pop today.
Hey, welcome. How are you?
I'm fine, oh.
You say you were going to the hospital.
I've gone and come back.
Oh, no problem.
Problem, okay. I don't go, I don't come back.
What happened now? Why are you so fast?
You never hear.
No.
They never tell you.
No.
For clinic today, now they bring plenty doctor. They attend to all of us, one by one. Before you know it, we don't go finish. The drug wey they give us, free of charge. She buy, they no collect.
For Lagos State?
Yes.
Lie. That's true. Make I tell you, in fact, my neighbor pikin, 3 days ago, I don't know, na only them get pots, I mean a gas for house. Whether na ororo, whether na water, I don't even know. Now so the pikin body like this. What happened? ago. The bond wey dey the pikin body, you no go believe say the pikin go survive. Even sef, dey say they no even pay money. Na so for Lagos State. Na lie, true. I no believe e don change o.
Mommy, good evening. Welcome, ma. Mommy, let me tell you something. When I left you to go and bring my sister from school, ongoing, that Messi road, they made the road so smooth, they filled all the potholes. Another thing again, as we are now going, you know that drainage where water passes to enter the road, they made that place so smooth. They don't make the road done better. No odor, even transport for your country again. That's what I'm about.
It's a lie, not in Lagos. Why did you drop your goatee in school now?
Mommy, if you see what the government have done, see, they gave us our personal chair and our personal desk. Mommy, and I have my own personal desk to myself and my personal chair. And see, Mommy, that's not all. Hey, they even started giving us free milk in school.
Kọ́ mi bàjẹ́ o.
Ìtẹ̀síwájú Èkó.
Na ìtẹ̀síwájú Èkó ló jẹ wá lógún. Àpọ́dé ní gómìnà nílùú Èkó. Adékúnlé ní dẹ́pútì wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ sọ́wọ́ pọ̀ o nílùú Èkó. Ìlú Èkó túbọ̀ tẹ̀síwájú.
For Governor Ambodi's administration, the choice of venue for the hosting of its inaugural town hall meeting was instructive, as Ipaja in Moson, Okunola LCDA, is an integral part of former Alimosho local government area, the largest in the state. The location thus enables the state government to reach out to a significant number of people and get feedback from them through representatives.
What we have done in this first quarter is to lay down the institutional framework for the smooth running of the government for the next 3.5 years. What we have done can be described as laying the foundation on which the service and programs of this government will be built. You cannot run a 4-year marathon at top speed from the onset. Like any other well-bred CEO, I have put in place all the ingredients needed to run a successful race. We will continue to woo investors to Lagos. We are assisting businesses and creating a conducive environment for these investors to start business and employ our people. Our administration is committed to serve and render good governance. However, we need your support and cooperation to enable us deliver on our lofty programs. I want to assure you that our programs are well thought out and carefully designed to make life easier and better for all our citizens. While we do our best, I implore you to fulfill your side of the social contract by performing your civic responsibilities always. Please pay your taxes willingly. If you do your bit, we can achieve all our set goals. The task ahead is enormous, but we must all resolve to do our best for this state. It is a collective prosperity that I seek for all Lagosians.
With the successful hosting of the first town hall meeting, Governor Akinwumi Ambodi's administration has expanded the platform for stakeholders to be part of policy making. The town hall meeting affirms the promise of the administration to run an open governance of inclusion that would not leave anyone behind, making Lagos work for everyone.